So I hope you found that taping your arch was somewhat effective, although the disadvantage of taping your arch is that sometimes your skin gets a little bit irritated. I wouldn't recommend it on a long-term basis. However, it is a really good way of verifying whether or not you need arch support. So the next thing is, if you realize that taping the arch of your foot has resulted in a significant amount of less pain, or perhaps it helped a little bit, the next thing that you might want to look into is getting yourself an over-the-counter or off-the-shelf orthotic. Now, an orthotic means basically a special insole for the shoe. Most shoes come with the manufacturer insole, which is just a piece of material about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch thick. It doesn't provide any amount of support whatsoever. So I would suggest you go out and you purchase one of the over-counter orthotics, and you could see if that one works for you. It is a little bit difficult to determine which one is going to be the most appropriate. You can go to a store and you can find over 20 or 30 different types, and you can become more confused as to which one is the best one for you. If I could just make two suggestions, if you think you need more cushioning, or if you have a high arched foot, then I would recommend something a little bit more soft and something that is a little bit more thick. A good example would be the Spanko insole. It has a top layer that is green, and the undersurface has a soft yellow arch, and it actually helps to provide a little bit more cushion. For those of you that might need something a little bit more firm and have a relatively flattened out arch, maybe I could recommend something called Superfeet. Superfeet has a harder plastic insert which might hold the arch of your foot a little bit better. Also, some of the arch supports come in full length, 3/4, or half length. Usually the full length are meant to go into your running shoes, and anything that is 3/4 to half a length can go into your dress shoes or casual shoes. So again, you can find out which one is the best for you. Arch supports can range from $25 to anywhere around $75 or $80 for anything off the shelf. So it is a little bit of a money investment, and you're going to have to figure out which one is the best one for you. I would suggest if you're going to go purchase one, bring your proper shoes with you so you can try on each individual insole to see which one is going to be the most effective. Here's the next tip. If you tried some of the information and you've had either no relief whatsoever, a little bit of relief, or maybe some relief but you're still not satisfied, I would suggest that you go and see somebody. You'd be surprised that your condition could be quite easily treated with some specific exercises. If you see a qualified healthcare professional who's perhaps an expert in the foot, you might be able to find that within 1 or 2 weeks of doing some simple exercises, your foot pain could be dramatically reduced. For some of you out there, there may be only one solution that is going to prevent that foot pain from getting any worse and perhaps starting to treat it. And that is, you might need a custom orthotic. Now, not everybody needs a custom orthotic, and I believe that if you tried the necessary steps that I provided in this video and you've determined that you haven't had very much relief, or you've had some relief and it hasn't been long-term, or if the pain hasn't gone away, it's quite possible that you might need a custom orthotic. A custom orthotic can be made in a variety of ways. One of the ways is to make a cast of your foot, and that impression of that is used then to make the orthotic. Another way is to actually place your foot into a foam box, and your foot leaves an impression in the box, and actually that impression is used to make an orthotic. Another way, a little bit more technological advanced, is to walk across a force plate. It creates a 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional image of your foot, and that is also another way of making your orthotic as well. I should also mention one last thing. If your pain has been getting worse on a daily basis, or every week you're noticing more and more pain and you're unable to do your normal activities, then I suggest that you rest. Sometimes you have to take a break from the activities because they are the reason why you're having pain. So perhaps you're a runner and you've increased the intensity of your exercises. You might need to actually slow down. There are some other things which I didn't mention you could try to alleviate some of the pain. For those of you that maybe are suffering with the plantar fascia pain or the pain in the heel, or pardon me, near the arch, you could use a tennis ball, right? Place your foot on the tennis ball and then gently rub the tennis ball lengthwise and crosswise as well. And that might be a self-massage, and that could provide a little bit of a relief for you. I've had some people actually tell me about taking a water bottle, putting some water in it and freezing it, and then what they do is they use the water bottle first thing in the morning to rub their foot up and down. Okay, so that's another way of getting some direct ice to some of the inflammation or irritation that is going on in your heel. There's a lot of education out there on the internet. You could probably take a look at some other tips, but I'm not aware of any specific websites that you could look at. So I hope that you found at least one of these tips valuable for you, and I hope that you become better informed at treating your foot and ankle pain on your own. If you have any comments, questions, or you just want to tell me a story of how well you're doing, why don't you send me a comment in the bottom of this video, and I will read all of them and I'll try to get back to you within 1 or 2 weeks. If you have any suggestions about a specific video that you'd like to see on the foot, or any specific stretches that you'd like to know how to do properly, or you just have a question, I'll be more than happy to try to return your email within 1 or 2 weeks. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.